So as with everything with this channel, we're going to start roots of heaven, stem in hell. We're going to start with the root. So competition. Competition sounds a lot like contradiction, because competition is a contradiction. We see this. Now, I say something like that, and it's a blanket statement, right? Things like this are paradoxical. I say competition is a contradiction because within the whole scheme of a community, you don't really want competition. Now, it is also on a subtler level. Are there sports? Are there things? Yeah. That is a part of the contradiction that is this physical reality. That is what this existence is manifesting as. Of course, because there's as above, so below, since there's a starting point here that gets denser and denser and denser, and as it gets denser, because it gets denser, it gets more nuanced because it's sourced in subtlety. So therefore, down here we have our realm of physical reality. So within our realm of physical reality, we have it's governed by dialectics. It's governed by duality. So therefore, there's gonna be there's gonna appear to be little random scenarios. It's going to appear to have scenarios, but the illusion of a choice is that only an illusion, because scientifically, mathematically, this is already mapped out. So what I'm really saying, to densify it, you can have competition in this realm because of its separated nature. There's God and there's the world. The world is made of God, but in what we point to when we say God is the subtler nature of our existence. So this exists, and therefore I can be like, all right, I'm really good at this. I'm gonna go and go fight somebody in a ring. Oh man, I won or I lost. See, there we go. That's allowed. There's competition here. Now, is that competition really gonna look at this? Because this dissolves competition. This competition right here, it isn't competition. It is an experience. We'll densify it. We'll say from your perspective, you only have your perspective. Therefore, you're only interested in you getting better. You're using everyone else so that you can get better at what you're doing. That's not competing. The concept of competing exists only when you believe that you are in a world with a name and there's a guy over there who you're trying to be better than. You see? But isn't there a guy there you're trying to be better than? Or are you dreaming this shit? Who is that guy? That guy, you and that guy are just energy. Everything's just energy. So therefore, from the localized perspective of the temple of system of a body that we could say you are in, because of the relative nature, we could say you when pointing to another form, but there's only this one source. So you see where the contradiction isn't. The contradiction only is when the contradiction is being believed to be. We see this in politics. We see this in competition. Because if we look closer, we're not competing. We're both trying to get good. And you can see how there's all this outside of concept is sourced in this one nature. This thing that is dualistically whole. Oh, there's a me and there's a that guy. Okay, that's the duality. Where's the whole? The whole is not only the experience, but the fact that me and this other guy are both getting better at the same time. The competition isn't competition. There's only you. So when you are putting out a frequency, and then that frequency gets matched to you, because there's only existence, and because it's a dense realm, because there's this appearance of a concept of relativity, in reality there only is what is, and in truth there's only frequency. So when you put out a frequency, yourself, which is this essence, which is the universe, is going to put a frequency, is going to match your frequency. Therefore, you can have a whole system mathematically mapped out so that it can appear that there's two guys, but really we can densify it, we could say there's an incarnation that's doing this thing, and then all these incarnations are doing this thing. So then it's mapped out to be something. That's why sometimes I say this is a sad excuse of something that's real, because truly, deeply, on the subtlest level, there's no subtlest, on the subtlest level, on the most mathematical level, there is no free will. There is only frequency. You say there's only what existence wants to do. Okay, existence already knows what's up. Think of your mind unbound. Okay. So, with competition, what I'm really saying is there's only one. There's only existence, which means densifying it, there's only you, your perspective. But at the same time, from your perspective, you're in and feeling. This energy source is within the frequency band of the human body, which is able to process this direct source of energy that is existence itself, therefore creating the human experience. You got the sense of touch, you got this brain that has neurons. It's all electricity, because this whole thing is just electricity. Everything is just frequency. So there is only frequency, therefore there's no you. There's just an appearance of a form that frequency is appearing to take, but it is at the same time on a dense level of particleized matter. There becomes now this relativity. Now there's some feeling here, because this formless nature is indestructible. It condenses itself so that it shows to be indestructible. There's laws of physics. If I throw this, it will go over there. Okay? Things happen. Cause and effect. There's only existence. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Okay. So now this gross and densified and particleized matter condenses into this. And it's very easy for the beings, the organisms, the manifestations on this level of density to be in a state of concept, to get an understanding of what's going on. Animals are just they're in a more subtle awareness. But a human being is this very real deal, real dense, gross level experience. You can fucking, oh man. You can get STDs. That's a perfect example of duality. You can get, oh man. You know what they do when you get chlamydia? They stick a rod down your hole, right down it. See, that's some fucking duality. That's some dense, gross level manifested duality. Like, wow, that fucking sucks. No. See, this gross, dense, particleized matter creates this gross, dense, particleized concepts. Like competition. Like, oh, he's better than me. Because the localized essence that is within, it's not localized. This frequency band, when it moves, everything moves with it. My consciousness is here, right? There's only frequency moving around. Therefore, the frequency of what is to be my head moves over here. There's only energy and motion. As you can see, I just knocked this down. So there's relativity, there's gross level relativity in this realm, in this physical dimension. People like to just like be like, well, I'm just not going to think about what happens when I die. You're already dead. There's no alive. There's no dead. So, because this is all sourced in formless subtlety, okay, in a subtler, formless nature, and it densifies because it can. When we find ourselves in a realm such as this, competition, this is one example of a concept based within this worldly based thinking. That's why they say God in the world, you see. So this, having competition isn't having competition. There's only experience. There's only existence. You're trying to get better just as much as that guy's trying to get better, and at the same time, the outcome doesn't matter either, because that outcome, ego, the identity, the story, the concept is simply just that. This is on a much, much subtler. This is on rails. You're a puppet. Okay, the subtlety is puppeting the causal seeds that have cause and effect. Okay, it's already mathematically mapped out to how existence thinks it should be. So guess what? That automatically makes what is to be considered you a lesser thing, because therefore, you see, thinking there's a you is thinking in the world into the concept and believing that you're some character. Now, a lot of this is also conditioning too, from like they were doing some crazy stuff with like the CIA experimenting on people's crazy stuff, doing some crazy things, learning about the psyche, learning how to control people. So see how that works? See how the duality and the dialectics work in tandem to create an evolution? See how man and woman create existence? How duality creates existence? What would it be if there was no good or no bad? It would just start existing into good or bad. It would just... This system is built on this. There is love, there's subtlety, there's purity, there's heavenly, what you could call it. We're using words can only point. There's awareness, there's the truth, there's the level of authenticity that transcends this level of density in this dimension. Therefore, that density, that subtlety, the truth, existence itself, which is therefore incomprehensible to the human, has manifested as this, in this level of density. Every level of subtlety, every level of density, everything within time is right now. You're having a dream. So, when we talk about any contradiction is concept. This should be a certain way, that should be a certain way. The dimming of the contradiction is realizing to go off of what is. Say, all right, I'm really rich and I'm wealthy, and that guy has to eat bread, and he can only afford one piece of bread every once a week. And I have like steak and all that. I don't even eat bread. I have a bunch of bread, but I don't even eat bread. Now, the contradiction is for that rich guy to start laughing his fucking ass off. And be like, ah, you got all this bread. Ah. See, that's a contradiction, because he's in the reality. He's just going off of this. No, there is no... See, it gets paradoxical. The fact that it's happening means it's supposed to exist for a larger scheme of reason. So duality comes back into itself. But we'll say a societal contradiction within, the conceptual parameters. Yeah, you'd probably want to go give him some bread. In for take the wealth that is in the rich guy's hand and even it out for everyone else. That's the dimming of contradiction, because we could say the contradiction is that guy having so much money and then being able to laugh about it and be like, ha ha ha. What environment is suiting for this man to even, for people to even allow this? You see, that is a system built on contradiction, a system built on mind, concept, and fear. Oh, but he has all the bread, which means like he can take your bread away. What? He was born into this family, and this family owns the police, you know? And then it gets into what it is now. It evolves. Everything evolves. The contradiction must complete its cycle for it to stop existing. You see, you live in lifetimes in this dense level of reality until you realize your subtler, formless nature, and then you just chill into a higher dimension. There's no end. There's no end. There's no end. There's no beginning. The end and the beginning, and that's the joke. That's the contradiction. Because truly, there is only right now. Truly, this is a cool experience existence in this form. Don't get all insecure about your form. Like, nah, that's the contradiction. That's the mind. That's the world. You are consciousness in physicality, and you're fucking aware of it. So that's cool, but at the same time, it doesn't matter whether or not you're aware of it or not. It's cool to be aware of it and be like, yeah, but you're not claiming that. I'm talking about like not claiming it like full on. See, that's achievable for everyone. Some people are that way and no one even knows. You see? I mean, is it mathematically, like, you could say positive to stay aware and stay in surrender to the, you know, to your truth, to not your truth, but like, see, presence, there's no word that can get it. Ultimate subjectivity. Competition does not exist. But this guy might go and like beat you up because you won. You're like playing basketball and you got heated. Oh, and it's getting real. They're getting in your face and they're trying to beat you up now because you beat them in basketball. What are you going to say to that? Oh, I'm going to get slick. I'm going to get slick and say that it doesn't actually matter. Yeah. No. See, it all works in tandem with itself. So pain is there for a reason, so that a story can be. So that evolution can be. So what do? You beat them in basketball, now they're trying to beat you up. This is where awareness comes in. Do you know how to fight? Do you know how to get out of that situation? You just be nice. You can start being nice. You can be nice with a readiness to you that is real. Or you could succumb to the concept, the contradiction, and the fear of a separate other, and pretend that there's a separate other, and you get scared of that. And you play that game of getting scared, and you play that game of getting hurt. See? This is a frequential range of ignorance and awareness. And that goes for everything. As above, so below, as within, so without. Awareness, subtlety, love, acceptance, and then density, fear. Every negative emotion comes from fear. Every positive emotion comes from love, authenticity. Everything comes from truth, authenticity. So, And I'm talking about like yeah, like subtlety, like just disintegrating this dimension completely. But like we're also talking about bringing these subtleties, subtle emotions, subtle being to this existence, because you're in the existence. So bring this subtle awareness to the dense reality. Boom. Okay. So what does subtle awareness look like? Subtle awareness looks like you're in the waters. You are the waters as a part of the waters in a being. Okay? You're in a being. You're not in anything. The waters itself is looking through this system it has created, densifying and calling it a human body. You gotta understand, right? So the waters are looking through the temple it's created for itself. All right. Okay. Therefore, there is only frequency. Therefore, competition is concept. It is contradiction. What is the contradiction? The contradiction is that there is an other. You're believing there's an other for the reason to believe that there's an other. There's nothing going on. Therefore, you create something. You ever get bored? What do you think existence is doing? What do you think See, duality is necessary for experience. You got to come down and do some work in the human realm to realize how awesome it is in the truth, in the subtleties, in the subtle realm. Otherwise, think of a rich kid. These things, as above, so below. This stacks. As I said, bringing the higher emotions to the lower realm. Yeah, think of a rich kid. He will take it all he'll take the fucking color of a $1 million car and stomp his feet and shit his pants. And then order someone to fucking change his pants for him. See, you gotta have duality. You need it. How else? Like, listen. I say like, oh, well, do you know how to fight? I say these things. You have to go get your ass beat. Get beat up, get bullied. If you're gonna be really good at fighting. Because it's not about like, oh yeah, let me get good at fighting. Nah. You're getting fucked with. You've been fat. You've been like I've been like 300 pounds. You get fucked with. You get beat up. you develop a real backbone. You see, you develop a realness, a truth, because what is. See, you're like 300 pounds, getting fucked with, kids calling you fat, getting into a lot of fights. That's realness. What does that mean? That means it's dense. That means it's like, okay, you learn from it quick because it's dense. That's why this is starting to get why this is the way it is. So it's no longer about like, yeah. No, it's about like, all right, I'm like fucking I'm not worried about squaring up or nothing. I'm worried about the rotation of my body, the math of the fucking, the math of this range, of the range anyone can have on you. That's set, that's static. This whole range, there's a range of the whole person. There's a whole frequency of the person. You have your little, no. You're not worried about, you're not trying to learn boxing. You're not trying to learn boxing. No. You're just trying to learn a fucking proper rotation of your body and how fast you can get shit done and how your legs go into it and how the whole energy transfer works. How to really transfer flow energy through your body and create force. And also, you know, at the same time, because going with this too, because we're talking about force and generation. See, it's all works together. So you got the force generation from the proper rotation you can gain, coming from your legs. And then you have the proper distance management. You can dash, you can crouch, you can bring your whole body and jump to get off center line. See, it's not about like, yeah, let's fight. Because that's all about concept. That's what a rich kid does. That's what someone who doesn't fight does. They get all excited like, oh, I'm going to get into a fight. Let's go. They do this. They do this. They pull something like this. Okay? It's not a matter of showing off. It's a matter of showing what's real. If you're real, dude, motherfuckers gonna get mad at you. They're gonna get fucking mad at you. Why? Because they're not real. That's good. Because listen, you go from getting fucked with to being like envied. The transition is all real. There's no ha 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 ha. You're watching math. You're watching math. Oh, now they're within their frequency, within their concept. I'm no longer less than. Why? See, it's all in the mind. Even the density is in the mind. We'll even say, well, gee, Wallachers, that guy was calling me a dingus earlier, but now he saw me just throw a spinning back kick into a fucking tornado kick, like, whatever. I just won a fucking cage match. That concept is going to stick with whoever. You'll say. In reality, could you fucking could you land this ridiculous fucking dumbass shot on a UFC fighter and win? I bet it's more plausible if you are. It is, because listen, if you are full on fucking like, you're just, I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm saying it's more plausible if you're full on actually in the present moment, not trying to fucking like square up, really actually trying to land at least one shot, at least, like, you're fucking trying, like you're trying to land at least one shot, as well as the fact that the UFC fighter thinks you're a bitch because you don't train UFC like he does. He's just a fucking UFC fighter. So of course there's going to be that concept there. I'm saying that little space in between, that little conceptual area of confidence that isn't actually real but built on concept, that's the window. That's the window. Why? Because anything and everything is a battle of the mind. 100%. Battle of the mind. What do you think this is? It comes from the mind first. You learn how to speak before you learn how to read. So we'll say, you'll say like, you're like 300 pounds. You start getting sick of it. What happens? The mind happens. The mind is the nervous system. The nervous system is the mind. So if I decide to go like, oh man, that's right. That's right. I gotta. Oh man. See, if I just start lifting weights or something, it comes from the mind. This is airsoft. Yeah. Comes from the mind first. So, in essence, everything comes from subtlety. Everything is stemmed in the mind. Everything is stemmed in subtlety. So when we're talking, who's realized themselves more, like you're trying to be all spiritual, you both lost. Because there is only there's only what is. There's beyond concept. Okay. Competition is in the mind. Competition is within contradiction. Contradiction is the other. Is believing there's an other. I'm talking paradoxically. Because if there's another human being in my face, I'm still gonna keep the same, like, this is the truth. It's depending on whether or not they're receptive. Are you gonna see? Are you gonna stay in your mind? Are you really gonna hear what I'm saying? Or are you gonna wait until I'm done to tell me what you think? And I'm telling you what I think. No. I'm telling you what is. See, doesn't matter. That's why it's all in the mind first. So caught you there. It's like, man. Humility is the strongest virtue. Pride, the worst sin. Why? Because with pride, you are trying to claim what you can never. The intelligence of yourself, the intelligence of existence itself. You can try, you can be like, yeah, I did that. But it's allowing you to be that way because it wants to generate an experience such as this. So you realize, you really see, this is robots. Robots. That's why you retain your sexual energy. Why? Because what are you doing? That's why. What are you doing? That is why. I'll say why. Real deal. When you retain that, you're more subtle. You're more in awareness. There's more life force energy. There's actually more of this thing called existence. There's life. You're not just in this husk. You become a husk when you're drained all the time. Levels to this shit. Levels. It's fucking levels, dude. You gotta be real. You gotta be fucking real as fuck. You gotta be fucking real. Nah, I can't say that. I can't say, can you look someone in the eyes? Like, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Like, I know. Come on. You gotta. Like, I'm being serious. It's appalling that I'm saying that I am fucking serious. But, like, people can't fucking hold eye contact. They got all these little subtleties, these little subtle guilts, little subtle shames, little subtle insecurities. Nah. This shit is metaphysical. Life here is metaphysical. What are you doing? 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 Can you look someone in the fucking eyes? What are you doing? Seriously. What are you doing? Is your left and right hemisphere both on? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What the fuck? No way. Because, like, really. Nothing in this world will give you what you're looking for. You're looking for the fucking truth. They go after babies now. They go after people before they're born so they can indoctrinate them with a sense of learned helplessness. Brother. Learned helplessness is based on bitch shit. It's based on concept. If everyone, if a fucking one city of people all quit their jobs or some shit, not even one city of people. Bourgeoisie and proletariat. Contradiction has to complete its cycle. How does a contradiction complete its cycle? You realize there isn't a contradiction, and therefore you burn the ignorance of awareness. See? So, I really like this. I had a thing. Like a little pipe cleaner thing. It was through this hole. But it broke off. It broke off. This thing is cool. I don't know if that'll hit though. Yeah, it doesn't look like that'll actually hit. Like right here, it looks like it'll hit the camera. That's what I want. I don't want some BS like this. Point it like that. Oh wait, I think I can adjust. Yeah, I have to adjust it though with a screwdriver. Luckily, I have these, so we're good. That works a little better, but really, I might just take the sight off. I might. I mean, I don't want to fucking force it. I mean, I have to get something to do. But I think I'll take the sight off and have some fucking FSP shit from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remastered. I think Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 was probably the best. And then that was their last good game. 2019. It's cool. It does nothing, but you know what? Yes, it does. It's like, come on, it's cool. See, it's a matter of frequency. It's all a matter of frequency. Yeah, 2 eyes open at all times. Always 2 eyes open. Always. 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 Look at that. Always. See, it's about high frequency. If you're in a high frequency, then you're chilling. Always. See, that's lined up with my right eye. That's lined up right there. Oh, look at that. All right. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. If you're chilling, you're chilling. That's why they attack your survival state first. Because if you're chilling, you're going to keep evolving. They're trying to like keep people under the bourgeois control. Not happening. Not happening. Alright. Alright, I'm going to get fucking serious now. No! They're coming back like this. And it stops right here. This finger stops it. Ooh. Oh yeah, I gotta keep it down here because of the camera. Oh, look at that. See, it doesn't even matter what I'm actually fucking doing. I'm just having fun. And that is why people hate. Because they don't have any fun. Oh, okay, good, thank God. Why? Because they probably can't have any fun. And that is what's going on. Oh. How do I'm gonna have to figure out. Just do that maybe. Like come like this. Yeah, I mean, cooler. It's way cooler with a revolver. Hold on. Yeah, now see, this John is real, so gotta check that. Yeah. We're chilling. Nothing in there. Nothing. Ooh. Yeah, this thing is old. Nothing in there, though. Really check. Yeah, so, yeah, with a revolver, it's way easier. You see, I don't even want to pull a trigger with a real gun. You see, like, it's empty, but, like, I don't fucking want to imagine. You just can't not imagine the fucking gun going off. Even though, hold on, I fucking can't remember. Nah, I gotta be able to remember how to take this off. Oh, dude. Well, whatever. I don't really care. We're gonna see what's up with it. I'm just making sure. Yeah. Alright. Man, it's cold too. Dude, like, that's scary. That's still scary. There's fucking nothing in there. There's nothing at all. There's fucking nothing in there. But still, I ain't playing. I ain't playing. Oh, I blinked. I gotta go back. Yeah, I ain't fucking playing, bro. Alright. Alright. So yeah, it is easier with a revolver. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Fucking 22 kills someone. 20, and it's quiet. It's not quiet, but it's quiet. I think it shoots off though. Probably get like a finer caliber. I don't know. 22 is good. This is old. This is so old. Let's see. Ah! Alright, I'm gonna just enter flow state. Okay. Getting a feel for it. Yeah, see, coming back is probably the most interesting. Woo! Ah! Oh, no, my fucking PC! Oh, no. No. I mean, I actually don't give a fuck, but it only dented it. Like, I don't think it did anything. Well, I'm gonna keep doing this shit. It fucking dented it. There's not gonna do anything to it. They got dented. See? These things don't matter. See, like, I can't trust this, dude. Oh. I don't fucking think. I think. Yeah. Well, there's nothing here. But I ain't fucking playing. It's been a while. I really ain't trying to be playing, bro. I mean, like, I know that's not no shell. Like, this orange thing ain't no shell. But I'm still not trying to fucking play. I'm still not fucking playing. And the thing isn't even on it. It's over there. But, like, man. Now it's cocked, though. Dude, I never put a buckshot in this, but you still, like, you don't want to play. Like, you gotta be around it and, like, know what's up. These have been in their little containers for a while. This thing is nice. I ain't got nothing going on here. I gotta learn how to do this. I know you gotta pull your shirt all the way up, but... And you don't want to keep it in your fucking pants either. Ah, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. But yeah, see, it's about frequency. You're just simply existing in a plane of reality. Okay? You're chilling. Ooh, that fucking hurt. That... Wait. Sucks, though. Doesn't move it. Does it? No, it relies on the trigger press. The trigger chambers the cylinder. Yeah. Yeah. Do the cool. See, Grandpa never wanted me to fucking do that. Never spin it. And I can see why. It's... You don't do that shit. So, I'm going to put this thing away. Fully unloaded. But it is fun. Yeah. Then you can, like, pretend like, oh, yeah, I meant to do that. Let me just fucking... Yeah, nah. Nah. You didn't fucking mean to do that. I meant to do that. Yeah, there's like a way to... Something like... I don't know. Very interesting. Revolvers are easy to do it with. Let's see how bad. So you gotta get the... yeah, it's all about energy. It's all about energy in motion. You gotta get a feel for it. This thing cuts you up, though. It's trying to cut me up. But it is simply all about energy in motion. And I can just start playing with guns after talking, because it doesn't matter. See? Ah, it's starting to cut me. Okay. Yeah. See? Not about anything other than what is. See, you gotta feel it out. And it keeps scraping my palm. But yeah. No, about my fucking PC. Yeah. Alright, you want to catch it like this, huh? Yeah! Oh, I fucking went above the camera. Ooh! Can't really... Oh, fuck! No! Oh! I pinched myself. Fucking hammer. Yeah. Don't fuck with the hammer. Alright. Yeah. I can just get on here, do whatever the fuck I want, because there's subtlety here. There's just something, it can just flow. It flowed into this. See, it is what it is. This is the truth, to go off of what is, not the concept.